Today's video is about answering a question that was asked on Facebook, and the question is basically asked: why is it important to go through all of this elaborate process that I was suggesting in my previous videos? I'd just like to say that first, I don't think it's an elaborate process, and second, that this is exactly what people go through regardless of how you start your business. People start a business, people have a business idea, they get really excited about starting the business, and they go through starting the operation, getting an office, getting a shop, recruiting staff, or buying machinery and all these things, because they rely solely on their gut instincts. And there's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, I'll actively promote that people should really rely on their gut instincts when it comes to taking steps to start a business. Now, the difference here, though, is that it's absolutely important to have clarity, because if you think about all of the steps in the sequence in which I'm suggesting, what it does is it reduces the cost of investment, or your startup cost, and it reduces the operation cost, and it reduces the likeliness that you will disappoint your customers. Because generally, when you start a business, especially if you haven't gone through all of this sort of structure, is that you feel that you can serve anybody that's actually really in the market or in the sector that you're working. But the truth of the matter really is, the most successful business are very clear who their clients are and exactly what the profile of the client is, what exactly it is that they're doing for the client, and how, and they've designed the operation to deliver their service, the product, to that client in the most efficient, effective way that the client would enjoy. So this is the reason that it's important to go through this process, the process of getting clarity about what the service is, what the problem the service is solving, for whom it's serving that problem, and then design the operational systems like customer acquisition system. How are you going to get the customer that you have profiled to really see that this is a service for them, and this is something that ought to be enjoyed. And then you have supplier acquisition system. You have to have a standard in terms of your inputs. If you have a product, if you're a producer of inputs, you have to have a standard, and this standard, you can't rely on just one supplier. You have to have a system that outline this criteria, that outline the qualities and the quantity you need at the time you need it, in the way that the suppliers relate with your business. This is particularly important because if you get that done, if you think about that in advance, it means that from get-go, the people you have relationship with, the sort of relationship you will have will be based on exactly what it is that works for your company, as opposed to continuously changing things because you relied on somebody and somebody lets you down and so on. Staff recruitment. Staff recruitment system is amazingly important. If you thought about your business, if you have clarity about exactly what it is that it does and for whom it does it, the type of person that you need to have in the business will be very clear to you. So it stops you from making mistakes about recruiting people that are not a perfect fit for a particular role or for your particular business. So the answer to the question simply is that the reason you go through the systems, the reason you go through the steps, is to reduce your startup cost, and to reduce your operational cost, and to reduce the potential for goodwill damage later in the life of the business. This is the answer. If you find this useful, please make comment below. If you do not find it useful or do not agree with anything I've said, please put it down so we can all share experiences and share how and begin to learn from each other, so we can all have good, successful businesses. Thank you. See you next time.